Hi friends, welcome back to Three Barrow Farm. Well, I have some cucumbers in front of me that I've been collecting over the past few days, and I'm about to go outside and harvest a few more, and we're going to make refrigerator pickles. We've just run out of last year's batches of pickles, and I'm so grateful that I made just enough last year to get us through the whole entire 12 months, and now I need to make more. Instead of cucumbers, the first thing I found is a massive zucchini. Very funny shaped zucchini, actually. Well, I got 5 more cucumbers. These ones here are called long green cucumbers, and my kids have been eating these fresh, so I've only got 2 to pickle today. And then I have these ones which are called a pickling or a gherkin sort of cucumber, and then I've got the apple cucumbers as well. So I'm going to be making refrigerator pickles with these, and I'm using a recipe that I will tag down below in the description of this video. And while I chop these up and make the pickles, I'm going to chat to you about a few things that have been going on here. I couldn't help but pick some tomatoes while I was out there as well. There are so many tomatoes to pick. And I've been picking many tomatoes each day, and I've been doing lots of processing of the tomatoes. I've been making these pasta sauces, and these have been a saviour for the past couple of weeks. We've had some very busy days, and I have just come home, popped open a can of this, fried up some other veg, chucked this in with it, cooked some pasta, and there we have it, dinner all sorted. I've also been adding tuna to the sauces. These already have lots of veggies jam-packed into them, so they are packed full of goodness, and I'm really excited to make more of these so that I have them on hand. Even though making pasta sauces from scratch is something that's easy for me, and that's an easy meal to make, it makes it even easier to be able to pop open a can and have it right here. And also my kids are really enjoying making their lunches with these as well. as you can probably see back here, I have a wood fire oven completely exposed. I've been working really hard at restoring our wood fire oven and repairing the cracks and the parts of where the walls are that have just worn away from throwing bits of wood into the oven. So the oven is looking really good, but I still have quite a few layers to add into the firebox. Could be chopping these with the mandolin, but I'm actually really enjoying this slow process while I chat to you. And yeah, I don't want to be distracted while using the mandolin. It is very sharp, even though this knife here is sharp as well. I'm much more equipped to using a knife than the mandolin. So I am yet to harvest all of those potatoes that I have out there in the garden. It's just been really hot and I've been really busy with work and such. It's hard to, with the kids as well, and we homeschool our kids. So things are, quite busy here. They are very independent with their studies. They're all in high school now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I've thoroughly enjoyed this journey of homeschooling and our beautiful homeschooling community up here. But yeah, it's busy. It's a busy time of year when, we've got all of the harvest coming in, and I'm trying to do all the preserving and I'm working. And so, yeah, it's been quite a lot, but I'm quite happy here cutting these cucumbers and making these beautiful pickles that my whole family and friends are going to enjoy over the next 12 months. So I'm probably going to be heading out there tonight and harvesting the potatoes, probably by head torch light, because it's just so hot out there right now. I don't really feel like digging up the potatoes, but I would like some more potatoes on hand in the kitchen. And I've been harvesting what we've needed so far, but I want to have some there ready to use. I don't want to have to go out there and harvest potatoes every time I want to cook them, just because it's so much harder to get out there and dig up potatoes than it is to harvest a few pieces of vegetables and fruit and such for meals. I've almost forgotten. So in my last video, I was going to show you all the inside of that tomato that I harvested. Well, I forgot to add it on to the end of that video, and I will show you it now. It is not massively exciting. I think I needed to leave that tomato a little bit longer to ripen. And I did harvest another one, and it is quite soft. So let's chop it open and have a look. Oh, this one's a lot nicer. Look at that colour. That's gorgeous. How beautiful. The other one was quite greener compared to this one. So I'll need to do something with this tomato now. I think I'll be making some tomato things tomorrow. So I did mention the dam that we have had some work done to. So the dam was never fully a proper dam. It never sort of had proper edges and stuff. So we've had a little bit of work done to it to make it retain the water better. The clay that is there at the tops of the dam is really going to hold that water in, which we're really excited about. And we're about to put some rocks into the the space to also hold that edging of the dam, and we're really excited about it all. We will be planting a massive amount of trees around the dam, and I'm super excited about this. We have to wait till autumn though before we start planting, and just rebuilding that area again, making it really nice. We had lots of spiny rush, I think it's called, and it's actually an invasive plant. So we got the guy on the excavator to get rid of all of that, and we're hoping to rejuvenate the soil there and get some really good stuff growing. And among all of this, I've been doing some tidying up as well while I've been pottering around the garden. We've had a few things piling up and I've just been sorting through them and popping them in our bins. So we're completely off grid here, and we also don't have any services coming to our place, so we don't have any rubbish bin collection. So what we did was we purchased all of these rubbish bins and we've labelled them, because with our recycling system where we have to take them, we have to separate everything. So I've already sterilised these jars, and they're refrigerated pickles, so we're not going to be processing the same way that I'm processing everything else at the moment, which is in the water bath. We are going to be putting the vinegar, sugar mixture into these jars, and they are going to be sitting in the fridge until they are completely consumed. So we separate all of our recycling. We're lucky that when we were living in Melbourne, I knew we weren't going to have services, and I kind of wanted to reduce our rubbish altogether anyway. So I managed to get our landfill down to 2 bags about this size a year, and that was pretty amazing. Fast forward to now, and we definitely have more rubbish than we did back then. So we're still living that sort of lifestyle where we're trying to keep our rubbish down, but I would say that we throw into landfill a bit more than 2 bags that size. It was really easy to do that when the kids were younger, and now it's a little bit more challenging. So I've sort of ventured off a bit with my talking here, but yes, we live off grid without any services here. So I'm working hard at cleaning up our space. We are finding some things that are blowing over from God knows where, because it definitely hasn't come from our farm. So we're picking up other people's rubbish. I end up picking up a lot of rubbish while we go for walks in the bush and that too. So we end up with other people's rubbish, and I think this is something that is also contributing to the amount that we have in our household now. These cucumbers are making cute little shapes, kind of like a 4-leaf clover or a, flower petals, sort of. I'm really enjoying the quietness of the house right now. I'm home alone, so, well, I'm home with the dogs, the whining dogs. Gosh, it is getting darker and darker now in the evenings. One thing you're going to want to do is add some baking paper onto the top of your jar before you put your lid on. And this will help keep the lid from corroding from the vinegar solution that we're going to make. Look at the pattern that's occurring in these ones. Got little holes in them where the seeds should be. I wonder if this one's the same. Nope, this one actually has seeds in it. So I've managed to make 6 jars, some of them bigger than others. And I've got this pretty, all the different colours, the apple ones and the gherkin ones. And then this one has a lot of the long green cucumbers in it. So now I'm going to make up the vinegar solution. Normally I would have some dill flower heads that I would put in with these, but I'm going to be adding the seeds that I've collected from those dill plants and some coriander seed as well. Okay, so this recipe asks for 5% vinegar. I only have 4%. I'm pretty sure this is 4% anyway because most of the vinegars in Australia are 4%. And this is an American recipe, which I think over there they have mostly 5% vinegar. I have not found this to be an issue with things that are going into the fridge. So this recipe, as I said, I've made enough to last 12 months. So I have found that the ones that do the best are in smaller jars like these, and not the massive jars that you can get pickles in at the supermarket. I have reused those and they don't seem to last as long. The solution in them becomes a little bit cloudy, but I haven't found any issues with these. But as I said, I'm getting distracted by a cockatoo flying into one of our large trees in our garden. It's not one of our fruit trees, but that makes me think that they might be in the garden, so I'm going to go and check. As I suspected, they were eating some of my sunflowers. If you find 5% vinegar, please let me know. I would love to buy some. So with each 1 1/4 cup of vinegar, we are going to put 3 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 cups of cold water. Now there's another part where you could alter the recipe. Because they're watering it down, you may as well put 1 cup of water and another cup of this in, because they are watering the 5% down. So if we don't water this down as much, it's pretty much going to be similar to the 5%, I'd say. Please let me know if you think I'm wrong about all of this, because I'm just using my intuition with this and thinking, okay, well, this is 4%, that's 5%, and they're adding water. It seems to me like they're watering it down. But let me know what you think about that. And then we're adding things like garlic cloves. I've added the coriander and the dill seeds. So they're saying to put coriander seeds in, mustard seeds. I think I've got some mustard seeds, red pepper and dill sprigs. So they're putting the dill sprigs in. Last year I did that because I had them in my garden at the same time as I had the cucumbers to process, but this year I don't. They've come at different times. I'm not going to put the garlic in because one of my kids can be a bit sensitive to garlic. So I'm going to pop the sugar and salt in with the vinegar and a bit of water, and then I'm going to top all of these jars up with that, pop the paper on top of them, and then put the lids on, chuck them in the fridge. Of course, I'm going to be doing this all when the solution cools down. So I will show you what they look like at the end, but I'm probably going to run out of daylight because I have to go and get the chickens in, and I kind of want to go out and harvest those potatoes. So I'm going to be leaving this aside for just a moment, making up the solution when I get back inside, and then I will show you what it looks like. Thank you for watching my little video. I hope you have enjoyed watching some little glimpses of my week throughout, me chatting to you here while I've been making these pickles. Go and make yourself some of these. You won't regret it. They are so delicious. See you next time, friends.